How's it going, folks? Javier Leos from the Children's Court and Mega Brain channel. And so today we're going to be talking about the new string of murders that have been happening inside the black community, within black relationships. Men are starting to kill women at an alarming rate. And it's kind of a hard topic to talk about without offending somebody, because the relationship between a man and a woman is very carnal, very savage, and it could be explained in a way that again offends especially women. A man So let's just take it back a couple of decades. When I was in my early 20s, we were still being conditioned by Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones, Maury, Montel Williams, to never hit a woman, never make a woman uncomfortable. If you're in the middle of stroking and a woman say no, it's rape, like all kind of stuff. So we were conditioned to never ever inconvenience a woman. And so through that, women were able to just rule with an iron fist inside, especially the black community, where they were always heads of households because Section 8 would only give them the vouchers. The justice system was very one-sided. If a woman woke up and felt like you cheated on her, she could call the police and say you beat her or raped her, and your whole life would be flipped upside down for months. And sometimes you might walk away from it, but your name's ruined inside your community, and maybe you lost your job, and she just goes back to her regular life. Nobody really cares that she did it. She doesn't face any legal trouble. Also, they use the child support against you, even if they didn't need to. If they get mad at you, you're going on child support. So a lot of the things that were set up back in those times taught black men, keep your head down, keep your anger inside, and keep your pain to yourself. Do not ever inconvenience this black woman, or it's going to be trouble for you. So a lot of what we're seeing today is a result of what happened back then. And the connection is the women from back then are still teaching their young that this is the way it is. On top of now they have Megan Thee Stallion and Sweetie and all of the girls that teach them to be like men. Like girls today are like players, like we was back when I was like younger. Like we was just fucking chicks, trying to get them to give us money, doing all kind of weird stuff that in hindsight was degenerate. But that's the way women are now. They acting like they get money and they hustlers and they only getting dudes for the bags, and the roles have reversed, and now men are like women. A man will sleep with a chick and he'll be in love with her. You know what I'm saying? He'll want to start a family with her. He'll want to, be with her forever, and she's just trying to fuck, excuse my language, or she's trying to get something out of you. You know what I'm saying? Either way, she's not as connected as you are. She's not in love like you are. And that's not all women. That's just the mainstream of women today. And so, getting back to the very bluntness of it, the basics of the relationship between a man and a woman is that a woman being in the presence of a man is the same thing as a woman being in the presence of a wild beast, like a bear or a tiger or something. They might come up to you and lick you. They might rub their heads on you and be cute. And then you might say something wrong or pet them the wrong way, and they could just start ripping your throat out and clawing you to death. That's the same thing, the same dynamic between a man and a woman. It don't matter if you Ronda Rousey. If you come across a dude like if she comes across Bill Gates, like a little nerdy, wimpy man in a dark alley, and he decides he's taking some of that, she's dead. Either she's dead or she's getting raped. It don't. The power scale between a man and a woman is so ridiculously lopsided that it would have to be like a 13-year-old boy, like fighting China or something. The WWE chick that was Mad Diesel. Like, that's the difference in power scale. And mainstream media would have you believe that that's not the case. They would have you believe like a female UFC fighter could beat your average dude walking down the street. And like I said, it could be Bill Gates or Steve Bezos, Jeff Bezos. If they come across a UFC fighter, jiu-jitsu master, and he decides he's gonna rape her or kill her, it's happening. There's nothing stopping that. Unless she got Sonic the Hedgehog speed, or like I said, the power scale is so lopsided that it's ridiculous. And so, again, very blunt. Not trying to be offensive, not trying to be funny, because it's not a joke. The reason why I brought that up is because women today don't understand that, because of because of the conditioning that men in the West, but more specifically black men, went through earlier on, which was never put your hands on a woman. It created this facade to Western women that they were just safe and that they could live life on the same terms as men. And it's not realistic. A woman in Africa, Saudi Arabia, China, all of these different countries outside of the West understands the dynamic between the two of them. And that's why most of the foreigners in this country don't use the system the way that Western women use it, because they're more afraid of the men than they are of what the system might do to their men. And even more than that, they're afraid of what the men inside the system might do to them if they don't have their men there to protect them. So they understand the relationship between the men and the woman a lot better than a Western woman does, because a Western woman has this facade of safety and the facade of equality to a man that doesn't go any further than the mental. Like, a woman can mentally be as intelligent as a man. Look at somebody like Ann Coulter or something like that, and you could match wits with a man. But Ann Coulter could never match wits with any man physically in a wrestling match, unless, her figure. I don't want to go there. But anyways, I think it's important for women to. It's hard. It's going to be hard because you've had years of being able to live the way you live. But I think it's going to be important for black women especially to start swallowing their pride and understanding that their life is literally in the hands of the men that they're with. And they gotta stop playing with these men, because YouTubers like JD Black, 1090 Jake, they can call the men that do these killings cowards 1,000,000 times, but you're already dead, and all they're doing is making the next woman feel justified and continuing to be the way that she is. And that's all cute for women empowerment and stuff, but she's dead too by the time she realizes that it doesn't matter if men call him a coward, because she's already dead. She's about to die now, and he's just gonna wake himself too, and then it's just gonna be another video with YouTubers saying, "Oh, he was a coward. He shouldn't have did that. He should have just found another woman." But everybody's already dead. So, and he doesn't care because he's dead too. I mean, if it's a white guy, a white dude, he's going to get pleasure out of torturing you, choking you while he's raping you, watching a life leave your body. I don't think a white dude gets any more pleasure than killing a woman that tried to play with his heart and watching her in terror as he takes what he wants from her sexually and murders her. And then he'll just go back to his regular life. And if he gets caught, he'll just go to jail. I don't think he cares. I think he gets more satisfaction out of knowing he fucking tortured and dragged you to hell, put you through hell and took your life, took your body, and make it in that you knew it was happening before you did. I think he can live the rest of his life satisfied with that. A black dude, usually, you don't love me, I'm gonna kill you. Black kill itself. Or you think you're gonna leave me? You think you're gonna be happy with him? Black, he's killing himself. He don't want to go to jail. He don't want to live with the guilt. I don't know what it is, but usually a black dude is off in himself too. Point is, it shouldn't get to that point because you're too prideful to understand you can't play with a man. If you're not in it the way he's in it and you two have understanding, you should not be dating men of that nature. Unless you holding some shit like this 24 hours a day and you ready to pop it off at any given moment, even if you got this, it's not going to guarantee your safety. It'll give you a lot better chance. But if you're not like a special agent ready to pop some shit, weapon specialist, something like that, stop playing with these men because you're going to die. This world that we're living in today, the men ain't taking no L's. They not about to watch you smiling and happy on Instagram and Facebook while they're miserable, wishing that you were there, wishing that you loved them. They're killing you. And I'm saying this from a neutral position. I haven't been in a relationship in like 5 years, and partially that's due to my own will, wanting to, focus on my goals and things of that nature. That woman just never could understand a man with ambition, in Boston at least. You go to Cali or Florida or something, you might have a woman that'll back you up, but here, a woman just wants you to work, come home, and get in the bed and cuddle, and go back to work the next day. And the other part is, by the time I wanted to come back into dating, I wasn't in social circles the way I was before, and the Me Too movement was starting. So I was just like, you know what, I got God, I got my beer, food, I got all my projects that I'm working on, tons of streaming services and video games. I'm good. Twitch TV. So I'll wait for the time to be right for me to get back into dating. And whenever that's going to happen, it's going to happen. I'm not in a rush. I also don't have any male friends. I don't hang with nobody. I don't walk out my door and go hang and drink a beer with any men. You know what I'm saying? And pause, no funny business. I don't do none of that freaky stuff. But I'm just saying, I'm not listening to men talk about their issues with women all day. So I'm not here in their defense. I'm not on either of your sides. I'm trying to prevent all of these senseless deaths, and these deaths could easily stop if women, black women, stop trying to act like they're on the same playing field as a man. When a man says the game's over, the game is over. You know what I'm saying? Simple and plain. When you understand that and you understand the dynamic between you two, you'll deal with them different, or you won't deal with them at all, and that will save your life more than anybody else's advice on this platform. And that's coming, from the heart, and it's coming and from a sincere place. Because I don't like seeing all these pretty girls dying because their minds are warped by the culture that they're living in, and these dudes losing their lives and freedom because they were in love with a woman whose mind is totally not on family building. It's on collecting as much money as possible and, being seen on social media. So I'm going to leave this video right there. Get in the comments, let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.
Back to reality, break through the looking glass. What you looking at? Rude, what you looking at? I ain't looking at you, sir, I'm looking past. I gotta be mean, cause nice guys finish last. And I'm about to have a birthday bash. My life's backstage and you don't get no pass. All kind of women I get, I just don't brag. And no charges filed by any pussies that I grab. Laugh when they condemn me.